So this week's discussion is going to be on designing brand identity applications, identification graphics. And something to look at while I'm doing this. This week we're covering the brand for the New York Public Library. I decided to go ahead and try an entity this time. Very interesting, and I was even able to find some of the original development sketches for that. There are many opportunities to communicate a brand message, from the visual design of corporate correspondence to the signage used in branded environment. A good part of branding involves graphic design applications that identify a brand in various ways. Stationery and business cards, branded environments, and signage and packaging with some overlapping promotional purposes. From stationery to packaging, all experiences a viewer has with the brand must speak the same graphic language. As in the branding for Capezio Troop, where all the materials reinforces Capezio's commitment to providing the highest quality products and responsive service. From the beginning and throughout the life of a brand, all creative professionals involved should be on the same wavelength to ensure resonance and consonance. Some common elements across the brand experience and among applications are the core concept, the logo, the tagline, color or color palette, fonts, type sizes and weights, abbreviations and titles, graphic elements, the signature, illustrative elements, photographic elements, tone of voice, attitude of imagery and copy, and descriptive writing. We'll start with stationery. Stationery is a staple of business communications, formally and visually representing the brand's quality and personality to several audiences, including customers, business partners, contacts, and employees. When designing stationery, every design decision counts, from the typography to the placement of the contact information. Whether it's the paper weight or the color palette, the weight of the paper or the color palette, each aspect of the design is an opportunity to present a consistent brand identity. Usability, for example, enough space for written content and recognizable brand elements are most important in effective stationery design. As in any visual communication work, a major consideration is in application's function. Stationery is used as a formal, written corporate communication, whether it's printed or in digital, and as a substrate for communication that identifies the brand, parent company, or group. So the components of a stationery system. We have the general letterhead, short and long, and the general envelope. The executive letterhead, short and long, and executive envelope. Digital letterhead, customized variations to meet specific needs of the company. There still exists a fax cover sheet, contracts, invoices, memos, large envelope, windowed envelope, mailing label. Maintaining a brand's identity, a unique and identifiable one, is paramount. Establishing guidelines for corporate use ensures that the stationery is one part of an entire cohesive brand experience. Many clients and designers think of stationery in a conventional way. Others, such as exemplified by the Rethink, stationery business cards made up of 15 removable stickers. And the solution by Unreal gives the opportunity for each letterhead to be unique and different. A letterhead is a sheet of stationery or digital page with the name and address of the brand, parent company, group, or organization printed on it. Most often, it is a part of a visual identity stationery system with consistent elements, such as the brand name, logo, color palette, and format, or any graphic element or verbal component associated with the brand or the brand signature. That allows for identification of the brand. Very often, the pertinent information resides in the head or at the top of the page, hence the term letterhead. For any brand, it is vital to own a look and a feel, one that is distinctive. Guidelines and specifications. Providing the client with guidelines for production specifications will ensure that all employees using and ordering stationery will understand and communicate the proper established brand image. Some guidelines and specifications to provide the client with are parameters for the positioning of letter content, position, size, and color of logo, position of the logo in brand signature, use of other corporate logos in conjunction with the main brand logo, font, color, and alignment of operating corporate unit, font, color, and alignment of address, letterhead size, both national and international. So we have letter size and, of course, A4. Guidelines for second sheet. Paper stock. What's its content, weight, finish, color. And the printing method. Paper selection. As a general pointer, it is beneficial to visit paper shows, usually hosted by local design clubs, in order to learn about the latest available papers. Become familiar with a variety of paper companies, including those that offer tree-free papers and recycled paper. For example, the reused materials for the cards that were designed for the Association of Charity Shops by Unreal. They used a paperless or a treeless paper. Consider the following points in paper selection for letterhead. Your surface quality and texture, compatibility with laser printers, paper color in relation to ink colors and brand colors, stock availability, content, is it tree-free, or recycled, how expensive is it, how the paper takes ink, how the letterhead paper coordinates in surface paper, surface quality, texture, and color with the business card paper. Business card stock, of course, is going to be a little bit heavier. Major printing processes. We have for printing either business cards or letterhead would be offset lithography, gravure presses, flexography. It could be screen printed, could be non-impact, okay, which includes inkjets, could be letterpressed, could be specialty processes and including some specialty parts of it, whether it be engraved, maybe it's embossed. Is there a watermark? Is there some foil stamping on there somewhere? Some important points. Design enough space for letter content. Provide vital contact information. Utilize consistent elements within the entire brand identity. Design a look and feel that is consistent with the entire brand entity and other brand applications. Design a second sheet which does not need to contain all the information. It can contain the logo and some of the design elements. The experience with the letterhead should enhance the bond between the reader and the brand. Make the design relevant to your audience. Dealing with some practical considerations, does it fax well? Does it work well both printed and on screen, and is internet appropriate? Ensure paper quality and appropriateness. Works well in a printer and with black printer ink for text type. Enough room for content. Easy to read. Conforms to regulation sizes for international office use. Second sheet coordinates well with the letterhead. Don't make the contact information too big. So the process of designing and producing the letterhead. Once the analysis, strategy, and design concepts have been generated and agreed upon, it's time to design and produce the end result. The brand strategy and concept are now expressed in the letterhead's design. The design process entails identifying the components that are needed in the stationery system, acquiring the necessary content for the stationery system, designing all the parts, both print and digital, choosing papers and inks, and working with a printer to manage production, review proofs, and supervise the press run. Business cards. Besides television advertisement, what comes into your living room, a business card is perhaps the most intimate brand design application. Often passed from hand to hand, a business card quickly and directly tells its reader who you are, what you do, with whom you're affiliated, and how to contact you. Even when a business card is enclosed within correspondence, its small size begs intimacy. In Japan, they call it mushi, and it is a very formal process to present your business card and receive a business card. And you don't just stick it in your pocket, you will end up actually looking at the front and the back of the card, feeling the card and the texture. A business card is a substrate, a small card on which a person's name, business affiliation, and contact information are printed. Most often, the business card is an integral part of a larger visual identity system which adheres to a corporate or company brand look. Most large corporations or organizations issue both general and executive business cards. Usually there are small differences between the general business cards, which is used by the largest percentage of employees, and the executive card, which is used by a small executive group. Those differences can be paper quality, paper color, printing, perhaps the brand signature. General business card paper stock is usually coordinated with the paper of the general stationery. Likewise, executive cards are coordinated with executive stationery. It's always interesting, if appropriate for the client, to think about the materials besides paper that can be employed in communicating the brand essence. I've run across business cards that were actually made out of concrete. And for a business card holder, they actually manufactured very small little pallets that these concrete business cards would sit on. Identity standards for business cards. Established coherence entails creating identity standards and then employing them consistently. For both general and executive business cards, the standard content guidelines usually include the name, the job title, organization, corporate unit, or department name, address or office location, phone and fax numbers, email address, web address, and any additional guidelines for digital business cards. Whether the client or the designer specifies such elements as the name, structure, acronyms, position of professional titles, capitalization, abbreviations, identifier formats, use of reverse side, and any other relevant information with examples. Since business cards must include critical information and the brand logo on a small surface, there is usually no other information included on a card. Limiting the amount of information on a business card can aid a viewer's ability to glean information. The business card's reverse side. To include more information or graphics, some design a two-sided card, utilizing the reverse side of the cards. And although most cards do not have printed information on the reverse side, some designers find it a wonderful canvas for expanding the brand experience and engaging viewers. There are many good reasons to employ the reverse side of a card, especially in a global marketplace. A reverse side may hold any of the following information or graphic elements: ISO certifications, translations, additional phone numbers and office locations, brand division signature, other graphics that are related to the brand experience. Brand card Production specifications. Providing the client with guidelines for production specifications will ensure that all the employees using and ordering business cards will understand and communicate the proper established brand image. Although some of these points are general and can pertain to all brand applications, it's important to list all necessary guidelines to maintain consistency throughout the brand identity. So some major considerations. What's the purpose? Entity's marketing tool. Hand-to-hand visual communication. An enclosure with corporate correspondence or a corporate package for contact information. Substrate for communication that identifies the brand. The paper. Surface appropriateness. Card stock weight. Color of paper. Stock availability, ability to score easily for folded business cards, reaction to ink, typography and text. Establish a clear visual hierarchy of information. Choose fonts, size, and type for coherence with the entire brand. Maintain consistency of upper and lowercase text. Some important points to remember are design with content in mind. Provide vital contact information. Utilize consistent elements within the entire brand identity. Design a look and feel consistent with the entire brand identity system and other brand applications. Consider wallet size, ease of storage. Imagine being on the receiving end of the card you've designed. Make sure to provide the client with the following: a template that delineates size and color of logo, isolation area around the logo, font, size, color of name, title, addresses, where the specific content should reside. Card size for national and international use. Paper stock for general and executive cards. Content, weight, finish, color. The printing method for front and reverse sides. Branding environments and signage. Branding environments and comprehensive signage systems can be coherent and act as an integral part of any brand experience. Thoughtful signage not only provides information that aids means of access, it also reinforces the visual identity and expands the brand experience, such as the brand experience for the American Folk Museum or Starbucks. Examples of brand environments and signage include corporate buildings and other offices, research facilities, assembly plants, wayfinding signs within a corporate structure, museums, zoos, airport terminals, retail environments, shops, restaurants, sports stadiums. Signage should reflect the brand personality and utilize key visual elements of the brand identity. The positioning of signage within an environment should be consistent and thoughtfully related to the viewer for ease of readability, maximum visual effect, and access. The designer or entire environmental creative team needs to establish guidelines for use of signage regarding dimensionality and position. For example, can the logo be used as a sculptural or freestanding architectural element? Can the logo be etched or carved into walls or doors? Materials and colors need to be specified as well. Packaging. Packaging contains more than a product. It contains the brand essence. Besides promoting a brand, packaging is functional. Packaging design is a graphic design application which operates as the casing as well as to attract a consumer and to present information. It is an amalgam of 2- and 3-dimensional design, promotional design, information design, and functionality. Packaging encloses a product and also allows access to the product. It enables you to open it easily, pour from it, reclose it, and so on. The user is deeply affected by how they will be able to get into your package. Any packaging has several surfaces and all must be considered in the design. Most packaging is displayed on shelves where we see the cumulative effect of several packages lined up next to one another. Packaging is also seen next to competing packaging. Online shopping may change how we react to packaging. However, once we get packaging home, we interact with it. Often we take pleasure in looking at well-designed packaging. It may seem obvious to state that any well-executed, excellently designed packaging or website or design application for that matter sends a message of overall excellence about a brand to a client. The packaging for Pavlov Productions was so successful that one customer said he hired Pavlov Productions specifically because of a well-designed case. Some general signage standards, we won't worry about that. Packaging is a very important part of the brand experience. Some say it is the most important since the consumer has close contact with a product when shopping. Most often, packaging is one part of a very large marketing strategy and media plan, featuring a variety of applications and marketing initiatives, including promotions, new product launches, and merchandising and advertising. Although packaging is part of brand identity design and promotional design, it is a specialized area of the graphic design profession. Packaging designers must be knowledgeable about a range of construction and technical factors. Familiarity with and knowledge of materials and their qualities, such as glass, plastic, paperboard, paper, and metal. And with manufacturing, safety, display, recycling, regulatory management, and quality standards, as well as printing, are most important. Packaging designs must work collaboratively with others, including chemical, mechanical, and packaging engineers. Designers also may work with a group to develop the basic shape, materials, and structure of the package. A thorough knowledge of materials also allows designers to select those that will be integral to the design concept, as in the solution for modern organic products, known as MOP. To accompany the MOP's marketing materials, we designed a dealer kit that functions as a sales tool for product representatives and as a trial for salon owners interested in the MOP line. The self-contained package includes small sample bottles along with a product brochure. It is constructed of an egg carton-like material in reference to the line's natural, edible ingredient basis. Relevance and emotional connections. Many design experts believe that packaging is the make or break decision for a consumer who is reaching for a product on the shelf. For example, if food packaging makes someone hungry, then it can entice the consumer to buy it. Several marketing experts estimate that about 75% of purchasing decisions are made standing in front of the packaging in the store. What makes you notice particular packaging sitting on a store shelf amidst numerous others? It all depends upon the impact of an individual solution and its relevance to an audience. In some cases, it's strong typography. Some also relevant facts about packaging is that generally part of a marketing program includes the cost it's going to be on a particular shelf. Generally, you will pay the retailer to get a certain amount of shelf space as well as where that shelf space is, whether it's at the bottom of the shelf or is it at the top of the shelf? Is it at eye level? Is it at children's eye level? All of those things have different prices associated with them in the actual marketing program. The design concept behind the package design must be relevant to the audience, set in the same voice as the larger brand identity, and eye-catching. So many clients opt for looking like the competition. That sameness tends to cover entire product categories and packaging. A designer must be prepared to utilize the design brief or strategy statement to defend an innovative concept for packaging design. Marianne R. Klimchuk, Associated Chairperson of the Packaging Design Department, Fashion Institute of Technology, advises this: packaging design can influence environmental change, add value to any given product, communicate a specific personality, and yet be marketable to a broad audience. Packaging designers should challenge themselves to develop a new design course. Hope that was a helpful lecture for you, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.